Hey everyone, Archon here. Today is a very special day for all of you Autobots and Decepticons back home, as today will be the start of a brand new series I will be making on the channel, the Evolution of Cybertron series. Don't worry, Lore for Cybertron isn't going anywhere. This will just be a side series where I cover some of the differences between the games, more specifically with the weapons and designs. In this starter video, I will be going into the details of everyone's reliable weapon, the Neutron Assault Rifle. The Neutron Assault Rifle is a treasured weapon among Transformers fans. It could be seen as early on as the game's promotional material, even making its way onto the front cover of the game instead of Optimus's Ion Blaster. Defined by its iconic, non-functional scope and simple silhouette, the Neutron Assault Rifle quickly became the poster boy for the weaponry within Transformers War for Cybertron. The weapon itself looks quite similar to a traditional rifle, with what looks like a box magazine sticking out of the bottom, along with a grip behind it. The Neutron Assault Rifle exudes the era the weapon was designed within, the gritty, modern warfare look that infected many shooter games around the early 2010s. And it really shines through and makes the weapon look realistic but fitting within this goofy Transformers universe. But let's not get too focused on how it looks. How does it feel? Well, in campaign, the weapon truly shines as a reliable workhorse for the player, with its high rate of fire and solid accuracy, making it a desirable tool throughout most of the Autobot and Decepticon campaigns. The Neutron Assault Rifle is initially introduced in the very first level of the game, with both Brawl and Barricade starting with the weapon equipped, allowing everyone who isn't Megatron to start out with a very solid weapon, which can carry them through the level as they learn the controls. The Neutron Assault Rifle can reliably kill enemies at close to medium range, and its abundance of ammo means that you can really get a lot out of the weapon. But what about the multiplayer? In War for Cybertron multiplayer, the weapon retains its reliability. It's available for the Scientist and Soldier classes, and performs rather well in lobbies due to its simple placement in the sandbox. It's a fully automatic weapon which performs well at close to medium range. Combine that with the fact that it does decent damage, it makes it a great choice for both classes. Its reload animation is shorter than the other fully automatic weapon, the X-12 Scrapmaker, and it overall fits very comfortably into the sandbox. In War for Cybertron's Escalation mode, the Neutron Assault Rifle is available for all characters upon spawning in, and performs exactly the same way as it does in campaign, meaning the weapon is good throughout most of the match, able to take down all forms of enemies with relative ease. The only issue with the weapon is, in my experience, its low ammo count compared to other weapons. Due to its fully automatic nature combined with the need to purchase ammo throughout the match, means that you'll be expending ammo far faster than you'll be able to buy it back. Fortunately though, its reliability at medium range makes it a good choice throughout an escalation match. Only a handful of weapons would make the jump from War for Cybertron to Fall of Cybertron, and fortunately, our trusty automatic rifle would be one of them. Fall of Cybertron makes the player feel right at home, with the first level of the game spawning the player with the Neutron Assault Rifle. However, the weapon's design would obviously change quite a bit in Fall of Cybertron. The simple shape of the weapon, which once resembled the stereotypical rifle shape, was altered quite drastically, now looking far more alien and unique. It features two sets of rotating barrels, which give the weapon a sort of machine gun look while firing. The reload for the weapon also changed, with the weapon venting its built-up gases and rotating its barrels to cool them down. The weapon is unlocked instantly in the campaign, with the players not needing to purchase it from the Teletran store, unlike most weapons discovered throughout the campaign. The weapon's role in the sandbox remains largely unchanged from its place in War for Cybertron. However, the range at which the weapon is effective feels like it's been nerfed substantially. Overall, though, the weapon feels just as reliable as it did in War for Cybertron. However, unlike in War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron would introduce weapon mods, allowing the player to upgrade the weapon in campaign with various add-ons and attachments. So let's go through them really quickly. The Amplifier Pack increases the weapon's ammunition count from 36 rounds to 50 rounds, and costs 1200 Energon shards, a worthwhile upgrade for the weapon. The Quantum Stabilizer completely mitigates the weapon's recoil for a price of 2100 Energon shards, an attachment which sounds useful, but the weapon's base recoil is already fairly unnoticeable. The Cyber Optic is a scope which increases the weapon's accuracy by 50%. It's a must-have attachment, which brings the weapon more in line with its War for Cybertron counterpart, and at a cost of 2,550 Energon shards, new players should save up for this upgrade as soon as possible. The Poke Beta is available to purchase after all other weapon upgrades have been purchased by the player, and adds a blade to the rear of the weapon, increasing its melee damage by 75%. An upgrade which really suits the weapon's more close-quarter strategy. In Fall of Cybertron multiplayer, the Neutron Assault Rifle is once again available for the Scientist class, where it can be one of the two weapons chosen in the character creation. The weapon isn't as reliable in multiplayer as it is in the campaign, however, as it's usually beaten out by some of the more high-damage weapons available for destroyers and titans, and the infiltrators get access to both the subsonic repeater, which fires faster than the Neutron Assault Rifle, as well as the Scatter Blaster, which easily defeats the Neutron Assault Rifle in close range. Even for scientists themselves, the weapon is outclassed by the incredibly powerful Photon Burst Rifle, which fires barely slower but grants far more precision damage. As such, the Neutron Assault Rifle is rarely wielded by players in multiplayer, often seen only by new players or experienced players experimenting with their playstyle. The weapon does allow the player to attach one mod to the weapon in multiplayer, giving a selection of 3 attachments to choose from. The Ion cartridge is just like the Amplifier pack, but with a different name. It increases your ammo capacity and is a decent choice for the weapon in multiplayer. The Cyber Optic, once again, increases accuracy and is probably the most useful attachment out of the 3. The Quantum Stabilizer once again mitigates recoil, and is similarly not very useful in multiplayer as it is in campaign. Overall, the weapon really feels like it lags behind in multiplayer, set back by numerous weapons which take up the assault rifle's more general place in the sandbox. It's outclassed in close quarters by the Subsonic Repeater and Scatter Blaster, and there's no point in using it at medium range because the Scientist also has access to the Photon Burst Rifle. As such, the Neutron Assault Rifle really falls behind in multiplayer, which is a shame considering its unique design, and just how fun it feels to use in campaign. In Escalation, the Neutron Assault Rifle regains its reliability once again, being available on almost every map. Though available on Oblivion through the randomized weapon crates, it cannot be purchased through a designated weapon pad. The weapon can be found on both Ignition and Ancients, and can be purchased by players for 500 Energon shards. On the map Downfall, each player actually spawns with the Neutron Assault Rifle, equipped at the start of the match. The weapon can be upgraded throughout the match through the Weapon Upgrade menu, and unlocks the usual 4 upgrades throughout the course of the game. The Assault Rifle is a pretty reliable weapon to use throughout the early waves of Escalation. However, later on the player would want to upgrade to a more specific weapon to deal with some of the tougher enemies, but its cheap price and reliable range make it an excellent choice for clearing some of the lower tier enemies. So, that's been the evolution of the Neutron Assault Rifle throughout the Transformers games. Barring one other game which it appeared in, which I shall not name because it would curse this video, overall the weapon is a reliable workhorse throughout both titles, and while it did stumble a bit in Fall of Cybertron's multiplayer, it serves as a simple but effective tool for the player in both titles. Let me know which weapon you'd like to see an Evolution of video next in the comments below, and let me know if you enjoy this series as well, as it's been one that I've had the idea for a while now. Thank you for watching. Till all are one.